Seeking for investors abroad is a waste of time, Peter Obi tells federal government. Exactly. Exactly. Seeking for investors abroad actually is not what to save Nigeria. What to save Nigeria is doing the right thing economically. Okay? No president will take his money to your country just because, no investor will bring his money to your country just because the president of the country has spoken. It's not about speaking, it's about seeing the reality on ground. Okay? So the only thing, just like people are talking about Rwanda improvement, the Rwanda president is not going around the world trying to woo investors, but investors are looking at what the man is doing, the impact is making, the improvement in the economy, and people are on their own volition and accord going there to explore, to see opportunities, and thereby investing there. So if you really want to attract people to your country, it's not by you going to the UN, United Nations General Assembly, or any UN summit, or any country to go and talk with the leaders of the country to go and canvass and market for investors. No, no. Okay? Your country is a consuming nation. Turn it to a producing nation. What are you exporting? What is security situation? What is the state of the infrastructure? What about electricity and energy? There are several economic indices that we need to point to a direction that will convince foreign investors that yes, you are doing something or you are not doing anything. Those indices are there, but they are negative. That is the truth. So just reverse the trend of those indices from negative to positive, and you see that people will begin to pick interest. The economy will pick up on its own by default automatically, and that alone will attract investors, and people start bringing in money to come and invest in your country, not by you traveling around the world telling the people come and invest in my country. No. And the question again I need to ask is that even as Tinubu is going around to tell investors to come, he makes presentation, he just read documented and text speeches, and then the people clap and he walks away. Can he sit down and do a constructive discussion of the economy without looking on papers to show that he has it, is his own agenda, is his own plan, and he's the architect of whatever he's saying, telling the whole world, and he's in control? He needs to prove that. Can he? I don't think so. The Labour Party's presidential nominee, Mr. Peter Obi, has stated that the federal government's attempt to attract foreign investors abroad will yield no result without the establishment of a favorable business ecosystem. This is coming on the heels of President Bola Tinubu's statement on the sidelines of the 78th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York, United States, where he told American entrepreneurs to feel free and safe to invest in Nigeria. Who go invest? When the exchange rate is not good, investors cannot repatriate their money and their profit back to their country. Who will bring money into a country and you lock it? He can't take it out. He can't do business with it. So now, at an Enugu event, Obi drew an analogy between foreign investors and bees and honey, stressing that a government without a domestic roadmap is wasting its time seeking investors abroad. I came back here and told someone that you don't go looking for foreign investors. Anyone going around the world looking for foreign investors is wasting everybody's time. Foreign investors are like bees and honey. If you put honey here, okay, how the bee will converge, no one will tell you. After the G20 meeting, Emmanuel Macron, French president, flew to Bangladesh because the country had just ordered 10 Airbus 350s, so he had to go and see them. Oh boy. If you look at all the economic analysis, go and look at where Bangladesh will be in 2030 and up to 2050. But no one knows where we are going to be. A deputy governor was asked why he didn't go to school, and he said it doesn't matter, but he failed it. Okay? He was the one who said, I went to this school. No one forced you. So if you knew that schools don't matter, you should have said, I did not go to school, so that we would imagine your ingenuity as someone who didn't go to school and was able to get to that level. We are now in a country where people say one thing and do something else. I asked a woman to stand in the queue, and she told me that whether she stands in the queue, she doesn't get anything. This happened to me last year. So after the tribunal decided our case, I called the woman and apologized to her that we had someone going around the world and saying that the election would be the best. So it was from INEC that I heard what is called real time. Suddenly he says he can do the election anyhow. Why didn't you tell us this before the election? So that when we are voting, we can all behave anyhow, will be said. So during the Nigeria-US Executive Business Roundtable, President Tinubu outlined various measures aimed at bolstering the confidence of the global investment community in Nigeria. These efforts included the establishment of a conducive fiscal, monetary, and tax policy environment. He said, Nigeria is an opportunity that is impossible to replicate or find elsewhere in any part of the world. We have brilliant young people who both innovate and consume on a large scale. Our entrepreneurial spirit is a major part of what makes our market unique, aside from demography. Nigerians build businesses, and Nigerian businesses partner with other businesses to conduct larger businesses. So there is enough value to spread around. Be careful of what you hear about Nigeria. You may be dissuaded out of a major opportunity that others will take up. We are here for you. We will give you all the support you need to succeed and succeed abundantly. Those were the words of Tinubu abroad on the economic roundtable they held in the USA. What Peter is trying to tell them here is that definitely you cannot woo the world by going to preach your country. Yes, you have to do something the world will see. Because what is that those investors will do risk analysis. They will do background check of your country. They will x-ray your economy. They will trend the economy for the past 10, 15 years and for the next 15, 20 years. They will see where you're coming from, where you are, and where you're going. They will look at the behavior of the leaders of the country. They will look at several factors before they will know whether they will have to come to that country to do business or not. So all these ones that the APC government is going around the world telling the world leaders and telling investors that if you come to Nigeria, they should mind what they hear about the country so that they don't get discouraged, that Nigeria has young people, has everything. Where are you today? For the first 3 months you are in power, okay, how have you fared? Or 4 months now, because it's exactly 4 months he has been in power. What has been economic indices from the day you entered it today? Nigeria has dipped to a new low. So what are you doing now to reverse the trend, to take the country out of that new low, out of that pit, up the hill, so that people can see that, yes, there's great improvement, the policies are working, everything is working. Okay, nothing is working. You are borrowing to consume. You are not even borrowing to invest, and you want somebody to come and put this money here. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So that is it. You don't go around telling the people in the world that they should come to your country. Entrepreneurs will come when they see something good happening. Okay, investors and the economies are like bee and honey. The way they attract themselves, you cannot explain it. So just do your country to be like honey, and investors will come like bee over the honey. That is it. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.